I want to do a quick little breakdown of what has quickly become my new favorite indicator for trading these markets, including a beautiful trade setup it very recently helped me predict, and that's these beautiful looking MDX Algo indicators. Smash that thumbs up button, you guys, if you agree that this thing is eye candy, and with that, I'm going to go over a few of its customizations to fit your personal preferences here. So basically, to get into your preferences, like many indicators, right click and go to settings, or double click on the indicator, either or. And here you can see that there's a whole bunch of customizations we can do with this indicator. First thing I want to go over is if you're like me and you use regular candles on your charts, you're going to want to make sure the Heikin-Ashi calculation box is not checked. If you're using Heikin-Ashi candles, then you check that box. Doesn't make a huge difference, but some of the signals do change, so it's a little bit just fine-tuned. So that's something to you're going to want to do first thing, depending what candles types you use. Other than that, guys, you have the option to switch from scalp to swing trading. It just cleans up a few signals, just really... you don't get quite as many, but it just cleans up a little bit of the noise. And when you get into shorter time frames, I mean, you get quite a bit of scalp calls, signals, both long and short. So it can be a lot. So if you're like me and you don't always necessarily want so many things on your chart, that is an option that you can switch that. Here we have the trend. That would be this line that is going that likes to flip from resistance into support. This is just a moving average with the indicator. And depending what moving average you personally prefer, I mean, I don't really have a preference, but it just finely tunes, just depending what you're into, what you have backtested, what you like to trade with. But I personally just leave this on average because that's how it comes when you first set up this indicator. That's just what I've left it as, and I just like sticking with that. So that's my personal preference. Here we can switch colors, which is just, I mean, let's be honest, this is probably my favorite part of the whole thing. You can switch from momentum colors, you got the gradient 1, gradient 2, and regular, and then none, which would be just your regular candles. So depending what you prefer there, I like this one. It's just nice and colorful, but yeah, once again, that's just personal preference, doesn't actually affect anything. Next we have signals. This would be our long and short signals. If, once again, it's just a little cluttered on your chart, you can make them simple labels and they'll just shrink a little by giving you that diamond shape there. So that's something that you can choose there. With take profits, that would just be the TP along these orange dots here. So you can get rid of or keep those. The Stotch RSI divergence, that would be these blue dots. So when you're getting these blue dots below the price, it's a bullish divergence. Getting them above the price, a bearish divergence. So you can choose whether or not you want those as well. The trend overbought and oversold, that will be these other orange dots. Once again, just giving potential early warning signs if a trend is overbought or oversold. So that's great. I like having those on personally. Next, this is actually quite interesting, is you can have this indicator map out important horizontal support resistance levels. If you're new to trading, you don't fully understand looking for resist support flips and that kind of thing, this indicator can definitely help you out with that by placing important horizontal lines on your chart for you. Even if, let's say, I don't look at the charts for a while, or if I'm not looking at things clearly, it doesn't hurt to just check what this indicator is saying as far as important pivotal points in the market. Very cool that it does that for you if you're just lazy or you don't understand it, just need a helping set of eyes or anything like that. I personally like using my own technical analysis, so I usually leave that off to kind of map out my own patterns and stuff like that. Other than that, we have these indicator tops and bottoms. That would be these red and green signals here. You can turn those off if you choose. I personally like to have them on. It's nice if you're looking for a long entry and you start to see a whole bunch of green, you get a lot of these kind of flashing at you. It's a little bit of a warning sign that you might have a bottom coming into play. And this has actually one of the main reasons why I took a very good long position here along this green box. Just to kind of go over how that went, because that's basically most of the customizations that you'd want to fiddle with this indicator anyways. Now I just want to go over how it made me pick a very, well, in my opinion, a very nice long position here at around 19.3K. And what I was looking at, this is also the Oscillator 5 indicator, also a MDX Algo indicator there. So these two just work very well together. Obviously, you have basically the same customization. You can go through and kind of check what everything is standing for here if you uncheck and recheck everything. But basically, what made me take a long position here was I did already have this daily support box mapped out from when we set our macro lows so far in this bear market. I was just looking at a bit of a support zone with these wicks here and seeing if we would get some sort of support forming along this box. So I was looking for kind of a double bottom to play out here. And what I was watching initially was getting a bullish divergence on the RSI, which absolutely, that is beautiful. You can see the RSI has been climbing and we're kind of trading around the same support level, so that's beautiful to see. But on top of that, we had these indicators both lining up calling for a potential market bottom. The Algo 3 here was calling for a bottom, and it lined up perfectly with the Oscillator 5 at the exact same level, right where there was that bullish divergence double bottom scenario. So I was quite bullish and I was quite vocal about this. I actually made a video about this, kind of calling for this bullish prediction here. Just absolutely beautiful how that played out and how this indicator was a strong influence on my decision there. So on top of that, if you really zoom in here on the Oscillator 5, this little green line here would be a bullish divergence as well. So also got a bullish divergence in here to go with these other technicals I've just been talking about. So absolutely beautiful. And so what I did basically is I was looking at this on a daily time frame, and I zoomed right into a 5-minute chart here. In my video at the end, I was also outlining this little yellow, I guess, support resistance box here. You can see that it was respected, although this is a very micro analyzing type of thing. I did just pull it up just to touch on in my video. But basically this area acted as support, support, resistance, support, resistance, support, more resistance here. And so basically, I think when I was recording my video, we were about at where this vertical green line is, and I had mentioned that this does seem like an important level in the market, even on a very small time frame, just because it does seem like a pivotal point. Yes, these are very small moves, very small time frames, but I was expecting this to potentially flip into support. So what happened was we ended up getting support right in this box perfectly, and shortly after we climbed out of it, I had the Algo indicator, the Algo 3, flash a long signal, and just to kind of show you how that played out. So this is where I was recording that video. Make sure we got this on. It was flipping short here, but then we did find support. It was saying that it's potentially oversold here. And there you can see we got the long signal. So I entered a long position at 19,345 US dollars. And basically, this is where the market just absolutely exploded and caught a lot of people off guard. And so once again, it was just, it was beautiful to see that my long-term analysis on my daily chart was then confirmed on the 5-minute. Yeah, we had a whole bunch of signals back here. So, I mean, yeah, you could say I caught it a little late. But the important thing is, it's still just an indicator, right? I mean, any indicator that you use should be used as an indicator. I'm not going to blindly take every single signal that this Algo 3 gives me. But when you have your own analysis lining up, and this is just a confirmation, just like any other indicator you would use, this thing has just been great for me personally. I just love using it. Like I said, it's quickly become my favorite indicator. I just love when it confirms something that I'm looking at, including right back to that 5 minute chart that I just showed you guys. So that's where I was kind of looking at the longer term trend, getting these potential bottom signals on the daily with this big double bottom, and then zooming into a shorter time frame and then sniping the position. So that worked out absolutely great. I couldn't be happier with that position, other than, of course, wishing I put more down on that. But yeah, that's just kind of some things I wanted to go over here. I just really wanted to show you guys this indicator. I just think it's very neat. I do have a link in my description down below, and if you sign up using that link, I think you don't even have to use that. That's just my own referral link. You can do whatever you want, but going to the MDX Algo website, you can sign up and get a 7-day free trial with this indicator. So I mean, it is free if you want to try it out anyways. Just if you don't like it, if it doesn't fit your trading style, you would obviously have to cancel your subscription. Otherwise, you would end up keeping it and getting charged. But yeah, if you guys want, I mean, there is a 7-day free trial. Like I said, I personally love this indicator. Of course, go back, do your own research, and back test your own trading styles and see how this indicator kind of lines up with that. Like I said, it's just an indicator. It's a good one. I love it. But I do still like to follow my own technical analysis and use this indicator as a confirmation. So anyways, friends, obviously none of this has been financial advice. And like I said, always do your own research to form your own opinions about using this and just trading in general. But if you appreciated this video, please do me a favor and smash that like button and subscribe. And with that, I'm out, my friends. Stay safe. Peace.